All right, so you'll get started in a comfortable child's pose. You can bring your knees together, knees can come out wide. When you get there, just start to settle into the mat. The first few minutes of your class, I feel like, are always the hardest. Sometimes it's hard to slow down, to get your mind to just be present. So the best way to start to slow down is just focus in onto your breath. You can just notice your natural inhales and exhales, how they come in through the nose, how they exit through the nose. You might start to take a deep breath in through the nose. You can fill it up to the top. And then just let out an open mouth. Good, take that once more. Inhale, feel the back of the ribs expand. Then go left and right. Then open mouth. Maybe the hips sink down towards the heels. Good, now just take a breath in through the nose. And then through the nose, let that breath exhale. You start to build that yogic breath called your Ujjayi pranayama. You just want to keep that with you throughout the rest of practice. Doesn't matter how deep you can go into the poses, doesn't matter if you can do a headstand. The goal of yoga is just to always be present. Focus in onto your breathing. Once you've found a good rhythm with the breath, you can take some movement. Just crawl your fingertips on over to the right. If you want to go a little deeper into that left side body, just interlace left fingertips on top. Can you keep breathing in to your left side? Deep inhales, deep exhales. The next time you take a breath in, crawl it through center and just switch it out. Hands come on over to the left. Pin that right sit bone back and roll your right shoulder down towards the ground. Breathing into those right intercostals, those muscles in between the ribs on that right side. Good, and then back through the center when you're ready, and just find your way up into hands and knees tabletop. You can keep the eyes softly closed here. Just kind of focus in on sensation in the body. On your inhale, belly will soften down, tailbone reaches to the sky. Find that big wide cow pose. Then on the exhale, just reverse, tuck chin into the chest, really dome through the upper spine. You can take some more traditional cat-cows with the spine, just kind of bring in some movement. Just know here with the eyes softly closed, it's just easier to just kind of notice what's going on in the body. So sometimes you want to take belly rolls, maybe it's nice to take some neck circles. So when you close off that sense of sight, it's called pratyahara, withdrawing of the senses. It's just easier to see where it feels tight in your body, where you need the pose the most. How's your energy level? Good, and then nice and slow, we'll all start to return back to that neutral spine. Good, and then just start to tuck your toes under. You're just gonna keep the shape with the body. Just start to float the knees up like an inch up off the mat. Good, finding that belly control. Hug your navel into the spine. Keep spreading your fingertips wide and press down through all 10 of those fingerprints. Good, now nice and slow, just start to lift the hips up to the sky. Find your first downward facing dog. You can take some movement here, maybe pedal out through the feet. Just try not to always be static in the poses. So if you always pedal out the feet, maybe you try something different today. Maybe heels lift up high, you can roll them left and right. Just noticing the breath. Even though we've added movement, make sure it's still there. Good, and we'll all start to meet through center. Bend into your knees nice and deep. Look forward. Just tiptoe your way to the top of the mat. You can go really slow. Taking your time to get up there. Feet will be hip distance when you get to the top. Now as you inhale, bring your fingertips to shins. Find a halfway lift. Think belly strong. Good, and then exhale, release to a forward fold. Take that just twice more. You can have a little bend into the knees. Flat back, crown forward. Exhale, crown of the head melts all the way down. Fold in a little bit deeper. Good, one more time. Inhale, flat back, Ardha Good, now bend into the knees a little bit deeper. You're gonna interlace your 10 fingertips, bring them behind the nape of the neck, elbows go out wide. So without pulling on the neck, just kind of rest the palms there, kind of press your head back into the palms. You can just sway from left to right in that ragdoll, and just breathing space into each of your vertebrae. That spine just grows a little bit longer. But now heel toe the feet out a little bit wider so they're like outer hip distance apart. You're gonna bend your right knee nice and deep, straighten out through that left leg, right elbow to the inside of right knee, left elbow to the sky, find a twist. So fingertips stay how they are, yep. Just see if you can roll that left shoulder open towards the sky. If it feels okay on the neck, you can even gaze up. And then nice and slow, bring it back through center. Knees can bend, just switch it out. Left knee bends deep, hook the elbow, right elbow to the sky. So you'll feel this twist from like the mid to upper spine, maybe the thoracic. Inhale, exhale will bring you all the way back down. Just bend into both knees really deep. Keep the shape with the upper body, nice and slow, chin to chest. Roll yourself on up to standing. You can be like the last one up in the room. You can really take your time here. Elbows stay how they are. Just start to bring them out a little bit wider. Chin stays tucked to chest. Just open the heart to the sky. On your exhale, dip your right elbow towards your right hip. Find a lateral side body stretch to the right. Good, deep inhales, belly strong, tailbone lengthen to the mat. Good, inhale brings you back through center. Keep this grip. Just start to dip it on over to the left. Finding that whole side body stretch across your right side rib cage. Good, inhale back through center. Reach the arms up overhead. Watch them touch. Then on the exhale, just start to cactus the arms, open the heart, chest to the sky. Keep chin tucked to chest. Shift some more weight into the balls of the feet. Good, one more deep breath in, maybe look up. Then on the exhale, keep on backstroking and find a soft interlace at the low spine. Elbows stay a little bit bent as you peel that chest open. Press the palms down. Exhale, just start to bend in deep to the knees and bow belly to thighs. You can always hang out through center. Maybe play with the idea of straightening out the legs a little bit more. I like to pedal into one knee and then the other. You can just take some organic movements into that fold. Just tapping back into that breath. Make sure you're not holding. Good, and bring it back through center without rubber banding. Just soften those fingertips all the way down to the ground. Find your Uttanasana forward fold. Good, flat back with your breath in, fingertips to shins. Exhale, plant the palms down. Step yourself back to plank. So use this top of a push-up to create some heat in the body. So fingertips spread wide. See if you can protract through those shoulder blades, so press the back of the heart to the sky. There it is. Inner thighs roll up to the sky. Belly's hugging in and up towards the spine. Good, now start to look forward. Shift your shoulders an inch forward. Elbows hug in as you bring it nice and slow down to your belly. Good, control. When you get to the bottom, toes untuck. Tense your fingertips wide off to the edges of the mat. Elbows face up. On the inhale, keep your 10 toenails rooted as you peel the chest open. Find a big cobra. Good, and then just as slow, bring it all the way back down to your folds. Good, take just 3 more like that. Can you squeeze a little bit less with the glutes as you rise? And as the exhale, just as slow, lay everything back down. Good, 2 more. Squeezing those shoulder blades, lift up. Bhujangasana. Exhale, soften, third eye center to the mat. Good, last time, press it on up. Good, exhale, release and soften. Now palm slide underneath your shoulders. Press back to a child's pose as you inhale. Once the hips touch the heels, take a big open mouth. Good, now start to swing the arms back. Come onto a seat on your heels. Good, bring the knees a little bit closer together. Backstroke your arms behind you. Have tented fingertips. You're gonna have thumbs facing forward and just bring it into a little back bend. So hip shift forward, chin stays tucked to chest. And just think lifting the hips towards those windows in front of you. Now if you have no weird neck sensitivities, if it feels okay, you can look back a little. Just try to resist. Open up through that throat chakra, open up through that whole frontline body. Good, next breath in, lift it up a little higher. On your exhale, chin to chest, nice and slow. Round yourself back, sit onto those heels. Palms slide forward. You can kind of round through the upper spine like cat pose. Good, slide your palms forward, bring it into like a tabletop. And then toes tuck under, nice and slow, hips to the sky, auto move, good downward facing. Can take a deep ujjayi inhale once you get there. Maybe open out the mouth. And now see if you can keep spreading those fingertips. Put little bends into your elbows so the eyes of the elbows start to face forward. Good, shoulders are soft out of the ears. You keep that little bend into the knees, you can find all that length through the spine. Good, and when you're ready, feet come a little closer, knees will bend, look forward. You can walk or maybe float your way up to the top. Feet are still hip distance here. Find your flat back with your breath in. On the exhale, melt in a little bit deeper. Good, now bend into your right knee. Plant your right palm or fingertips in the center. Left arm's gonna open to the sky. Good, so just easy twist here. Stack that top shoulder on that right. Really spin that heart open. Optional half bind if you want to reach back, you can grab for that right inner thigh. Next breath in, can you grow that spine a little longer? On your exhale, you might find a little bit of depth. Good, take your time as you unravel. Just bring it back through center and switch it out. Always thinking of your yoga practice in stages. Don't rush it into that half bind. Really hold that first pose. Roll that top shoulder open. Then maybe you start to explore a little bit further. Knowing that you're different from left to right, so it's fine if you can't take it on this side. Just want to breathe with where you are. Good. When you're ready, start to bring it all the way down. Find your forward fold. One more time, knees bend nice and deep. Interlace around the back of the head. Elbows go out wide. Nice and slow, chin to chest. Belly turned on as you come all the way up to standing. Good. Once you get to the top, elbows go out wide. Open up through the heart. This time, exhale, left elbow dips towards left hip. Find that side body stretch to the left. Good. Back through center. Breath in. Exhale, dip it on over to the right. Back through center, inhale, reach it on up. Maybe look up at the palms. On the exhale, cactus those arms, open the heart. Keep that going, reach back and start to interlace. Inhale, heart peels open, take a breath in. Exhale, bow belly towards thighs one last time. Good, once you get all the way to the bottom, nice and slow, unhook those fingertips, find your forward fold. Good, halfway lift, crown forward. Exhale, palms down, step back your non-habitual foot first and then the other, top of a push-up plank. Once you get back there, bring your big toes together. Start to peel your right arm open to the sky. Spin to the pinky toe side of that left foot. If this is too much, you can drop that bottom knee down. Just put a little bend into that bottom elbow and think hips up as high as they can go. Good, one more breath in, maybe right arm stretches forward. Good, on the exhale, just plant that palm down, switch it on out. Vashisthasana, side plank, left arm to the sky. Find a focal point, keep your gaze there. If it feels okay on the neck, you can look up. Good, one more deep breath in, maybe explore a little further, arm can stretch. Good, exhale, plant that palm down. Nice and slow, lower through chaturanga all the way to your belly. One more time, toes untuck at the bottom. You're just gonna reach left arm all the way out to a big T towards the left. Tense your right fingertips under right shoulder. Right toes to the sky. Bend into that knee and start to roll on over towards the left. So maybe those toes tap behind you. It's okay if they don't. They can always hover. The goal here is just to breathe into the front of that left shoulder. Feeling that twist from the whole spine. Good, now right leg goes straight, nice and slow. Bring it back to your belly. Take your time as you unravel and just switch it on out. Right arm goes straight, left fingertips tent. Roll your way on over to the right. Breathe in deep. Where do you feel it the most? Usually it's the front of that right shoulder. Imagine sending your breath and that fresh oxygen there. Good, back to belly when you're ready. Just once, you're gonna tent those fingertips wide. Find your big wide cobra, maybe peel the heart open a little bit higher. Exhale, release and soften it down. Good, palms underneath the shoulders, press back, child's pose, breath in. Hips to heels, take that big open mouth. Good, again, palms slide back. Come onto a seat on your heels, knees hug in a little bit. Tent your fingertips, thumbs face forward, hips open towards the sky. Finding just a little bit more of a back bend here. Heart opens all the way up. Again, one more breath in. If you want to look back, if it feels okay on the neck, go there. Deep breath in. Maybe you stick out the tongue. Good, hips back to your heels, chin to chest. Come onto a seat. Slide your palms forward, round through the upper spine. Palms come down, toes tuck under, Adho Mukha, downward facing. Good, as you take a breath in, lift those heels all the way up to the sky. Go onto your tippy toes. Exhale, just energetically root the heels back down to the ground. Take that twice more. Inhale, heels lift up. Exhale, root those heels towards the mat. Good, one more time. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, root it on back. Good, we'll do a traditional sun A together. Toes come together, knees bend, look forward. If you hop, try to land softly at the top. Ardha Uttanasana, breath in, crown forward. Exhale, fold in a little bit deeper. Good, inhale, rise on up, Tadasana, arms to the sky. Maybe you watch the palms touch above you. On the exhale, gather that hand together through heart center. Bring your energy in. Good, inhale, reach it all the way up into the sky. Maybe you look up. Exhale, maybe soft bend into the knees as you fold it all the way to the mat. Take some pressure out of the low spine. Good, halfway lift, crown forward, flat back. Exhale, palms down. This time vinyasa. You can step or float your way back. You're ready for low push-up chaturanga. You can lower down halfway. Inhale, tops of the feet will start to root. Hang out in your upward facing dog for just an extra breath. So really strong through the hands, tiny bends into the elbows. Make sure the shoulders stack right over the wrists, so you're kind of pressing back. Inner thighs are lifted, legs are really active. Good, just one more inhale. On your exhale, use the strength of the low belly to flip it up and back. Bring it to your downward facing dog. When you get there, bring your big toes together. Reach the right leg up to the sky. Bend into the knee and open up. So today, instead of taking big hip circles, can you just squeeze that heel as close as you can to your left sit bone? Tap that right shoulder down a bit so it's in line with the left. Good, really active through the legs. Chest is pressing back. Next breath in, reach that heel to the sky, square it off, 3-leg down dog. Exhale, nice and slow, round it forward, knee to nose, tap tiger pose, make that connection. Good, one more time, heel to the sky, breath in. Exhale, really slow, round and tap knee into the nose and hold. Use your low belly, hug it in a little higher, and can you just step it through from where you are? Good, back heel roots out of 45. Inhale, rise up, Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. You can take your time here. Warrior 1's kind of hard. So you can really try to root down through that back heel. The whole pinky toe side of that back foot's rooted. Hips are squaring off in front of you, so right hip kind of pulls back as that left hip draws forward. You can keep bending in deep to that front knee. Think belly turned on, so hug it in a little bit. Tailbone down towards the ground. Good, one more breath in. Maybe you reach up a little bit higher. On the exhale, you're gonna take a tall twist to the right. You can stretch out the arms like a big T, or maybe you start to grab for your opposite thighs. Good, as you twist, legs are active, belly strong. Crown of the head reaches up a little bit higher, grow tall. Exhale, you might find a little bit of depth in your twist. Hang out for just another breath cycle. Good, as you take a breath in, bring it back through center. Reach your arms to the sky. On the exhale, cactus the arms, open up through the heart. Keep that going, reach back and start to interlace. Inhale, straighten out your front leg, shine that heart open. Exhale, humble warrior, bend back into that right knee and fold to the inside of the knee. So you can put like shoulder onto thigh. If you feel funny with balance, just gaze straight down. If not, start to look back. You keep equal pressure through both feet. Palms are pressing forward out in front of you. Keep your mind focused, keep your gaze locked. Good, next breath in, press into that right heel, rise up, arms to the sky, Virabhadrasana 1. Good, ride your whole exhale all the way down. Palms come to frame that right foot. Just step right foot back to meet the left. Lower down, high to low push up. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, upward facing. Exhale, hips up and back, Adho Mukha, downward facing. Maybe a cleansing breath between sides. You can let some of that hot air go. Good, and then toes a little closer, left heel up and back, bend into the knee, really hug it in towards that right sit bone. So legs are really active, chest keeps pressing back, really strong through those arms. Tap that left shoulder down a little bit more than you want. Good, one more breath in, heel to the sky, inhale. Exhale, shift it forward, shoulders past wrists, tiger pose, make that connection. Good, one more time, as slow as you can. Heel to the sky. Exhale, tiger pose, round and tap. Hold it in a little closer, use those low belly muscles, and then step it through. Heel, then ball the foot. Back heel roots down at a 45, and then rise on up. Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. So traditional's heel to heel alignment. I like it a little bit wider, so you can scooch that left foot over to the left a bit. Good, stance is nice and wide, left knee's bent. Keep drawing that left hip back. Hug your low belly in, think tailbone to the ground. Good, maybe you reach those arms up a little bit higher, option to look up. On the exhale, tall twist to the left. Maybe you reach out through a T as you reach for those opposite thighs. Think legs active, press thighs into hands. Inhale to grow a little taller. Exhale, maybe find a little bit of depth. One more breath cycle. Good, inhale, unravel, Warrior 1, arms to the sky. Exhale, cactus those arms, open up through the heart. This time as you reach back, interlace the funky thumb on top, so non-habitual. Inhale, shine that heart open, left leg goes straight, breathe in. Exhale, start to bend in deep to that knee, melt crown of the head down, humble warrior. Good, 5 breaths. What little movements can you take to deepen this pose? Where can your body soften a bit? Where can you activate a bit? Good, next time you take a breath in, press into that left heel, arms to the sky, Warrior 1, breath in. Your whole exhale melts you all the way down. Palms around that left foot, step it back. You can lower down maybe through one leg chaturanga. Inhale to your back bend, upward facing dog. Maybe hold it a little bit longer than usual. Then exhale, use those low bellies to flip you up and back, downward facing dog. Good, deep breath in. Sigh it all out. Good, big toes back together, knees bent, look forward. Walk or maybe float your way up to the top. Crown to the forward, flat back as you breathe in. And exhale, just melt it in a little bit deeper. Good, now sink back down into those heels. Reach your arms to the sky. Find Utkatasana chair. This pose is super hard. See if you can just hang out in stillness. The little micro movements, more weight into the heels. Allow the tailbone to melt down to the ground. Roll your pinkies in towards each other. You create this space on the upper spine. Good, opposition, hips sink back. Heart still lifts. Low belly's hugging in. Good, take one more breath in through center, reach it up. On your exhale, rotate that right arm back, left arm forward. Find a twist. Notice what the knees do. Pull that left knee back in line with the right. Keep sinking low. Good, inhale back through center, reach on up. On the exhale, you'll bow belly towards thighs, reach the arms back. Hug that imaginary beach ball with the triceps and really try to squeeze in with the palms. Good, keep flowing with breath. Inhale, Utkatasana, arms to the sky. Exhale, find that same open twist to the left. Right arm back, left arm forward. Good, pull that right knee back and keep sinking low into the hips. Good, inhale through center, reach on up. Exhale, you'll bow belly towards thighs. This time reach back and interlace through those fingertips. Good. From here, hug your ankles together. Start to lift the heels up off the ground. Bring it into sparrow. So keep looking out in front of the toes. Think butt down, chest lifts. Keep breathing. Hold those ankles together. Be up as high as you can on your tiptoes. Option to stay here. Option to plant the palms down for Bakasana arm balance. Hands come down like shoulder distance. Fingertips spread. Keep looking forward. Energy forward. Maybe one or both feet start to lift up. If you feel pretty balanced here, see if you can hug the heels in as close as you can to the sit bones. Nice. When you're ready, you can step or float your way back through Vinyasa. Just know Vinyasas are your own. You can always add extra Chaturanga push-ups. You can always skip them. Always up to you and what your energy level is today. Good. Once you get to down dog, lift that right leg up and back. Bend into the knee and open. This time, exhale, take a big hip circle. Tap right knee to right shoulder. Tap it up high. Good. Heel to the sky. 3-leg down dog. Breath in. Exhale, tap that knee across the body over to your left elbow.
You guys are beautiful to watch.
Thank
both
you.
Of you.
Back heel to the sky. Breath in. Exhale, nice and slow. Step it on through. Back heel roots down as you rise up. Warrior one. Take your breath in. Then take that whole exhale as you twist it over to the right. Grab for opposite thighs. Good. Back through the center. Reach up. Breath in. Exhale, cactus those arms. Keep them reaching back and start to interlace. Inhale, heart to the sky. Open up. Exhale, bow it in deep. Crown of the head towards the ground. Good. Inhale, right back up. Warrior one. Right it up as you reach up. Maybe look up. Exhale, palms down to frame that foot. This time, step back, feet together at the back of the mat. Right arm open to the sky, side plank. So this time when you get here, really try to pull that right shoulder open. As you inhale, cactus the arm, kind of open the shoulder up a little bit more. As you exhale, thread that right arm underneath you, kind of take a little twist. You're gonna reach it towards the left. Keep your hips high. Good, 2 more like that. Engage the side bodies. Inhale, lift up. Maybe you cactus as you open. Exhale, you'll thread it underneath. Keep your hips high and really get that rotation. Good breath. One more time. Good, last one. Peel that arm all the way open to the sky. Big breath in. Exhale, right palm down to the mat. Lower down through Vinyasa. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha, tops of the feet root. Breathe in. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, hips to the sky. Keep it going. Left leg up and back. Stack it open. Exhale, this time take a big hip circle. Try to tap that left knee as high as you can to the shoulder. Good. Inhale, heel lifts you. 3-leg down dog. Exhale, tap that knee across. Tap that right elbow. Good. One more time. Heel lifts you. Breath in. Exhale, how soft can you step that foot to the top of the mat? Don't make a sound. Good. Back heel down at that 45. Rise on up. Virabhadrasana A. Exhale, twist it open towards the left. Grab for those thighs. Good. Back to the sky. Reach on up through center. Inhale. Exhale, cactus those arms. Open the heart. Reach back. Funky thumb on top. Inhale, open up, chest to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, ride it all the way down. Humble warrior, melt the crown. Good. Inhale, rise right back up. Warrior one, arms sweep you. Exhale, ride it all the way down as the palms frame that left foot. Step yourself back, top of a push-up. You might need to wiggle those right toes back. This time, Vashisthasana, left arm to the sky, side plank. Good. As you take that breath in, cactus your top arm. Breathe into that shoulder. Exhale, keep the hips lifted as you thread that arm underneath you. Find a little twist. Good. 2 more times, going with your own breath. Inhale, peels you open. Exhale to that real tuck, round and curl, kind of side stretch. Good. One more time. Good. Last time as you peel it open, really open up through that left shoulder. Big breath in. Exhale, left palm down to the mat. This time lower through chaturanga. Maybe lower for a count of 8. Elbows hug in, belly strong. Can you resist the urge to just release all the way to the belly? Imagine that the ground's like fighting you back. Don't forget to breathe. Once you get to the bottom, toes untuck. This time take a prayer twist to the right. Left arm underneath you to the right. Palms stack in a prayer position so that right elbow's up to the sky. Make sure both frontal hip points stay rooted to the ground, especially that right side. Good. Breathe into that upper spine twist. Good. And take your time as you unravel. And then just switch it out. Right arm underneath you to the left. Palm stack. Both hip points rooted. Head can be up in line with the thumbs or maybe resting down onto the ground, whichever your body prefers. Good, and then just bring it back through center. You'll take it just once into that big wide cobra pose. Tent those fingertips, lift yourself open, take a little back bend. Then exhale, release third eye center to the ground. One last time, palms under shoulders, press yourself back, wide knee, child's pose. Hips touch those heels, big open mouth. Good, come onto that seat on the heels. Hug your knees a little closer, arms backstroke. Take it one last time into that back bend, hips to the sky. This one should feel really good. You're getting pretty open in the front of that body. Maybe you want to look back, open up through that throat. One deep breath in through the nose. Lion's breath, stick out the tongue. Good, chin to chest, roll yourself back down, come onto that seat. Then just shift yourself forward to hands and knees, tabletop. Stay in your tabletop, we're just gonna do some wrist work. So flip your fingertips back so they face the knees. If it's too much to do both, maybe you just try one out. Try a few cat-cows. Inhale, belly softens down, reach your tailbone up. Exhale to round through the upper spine. You should feel it a lot in the fronts of those forearms. Go ahead, take just one more round with your breath. Good, bring it back through that center. You can flip the palms back. Maybe you want to make some fists and open and close them a few times. Just kind of get into those wrists. You can take some circles. At your own time, you're going to tuck the toes, float the hips, downward facing dog. So we'll just keep on adding on. Big toes a little closer, right leg up and back, bend into the knee and open. On your exhale, shift it forward, right knee to right shoulder and hold. Option for chaturanga push-up, option for kundanyasana. Keep looking forward, maybe those left toes lift. Good, heel to the sky as you take a breath in. This time on your exhale, tap it across the body, left elbow, kick it straight. Kick it up so it's in line with your 10 fingertips. Leg goes straight. Think like, hips to the sky. You can plant that foot down. So you're on the pinky toe side of right foot. Inner arch of that left foot's down to the ground. And you can reach that left arm to the sky. Good, hips lift. Maybe some big arm circles with that top arm. Maybe tap back into your breath. Are you holding it or is it still flowing? Good, now start to place. Left palm back down. Can you round through the upper spine? Tap knee into the nose. Good, hug it in a little higher and then step it through. Warrior one, back heel down, rise on up, arms to the sky. This time reach the arms out to a big T and wrap your right arm on top of the left for eagle. As you take a breath in, reach those fingertips higher. On the exhale, go really slow. Round it in. And think tapping your elbows all the way to the belly button. So really round through the upper spine. Feel it in the shoulder blades. Good, 2 more times. Ride your whole breath in as you reach up. Ride your whole exhale as you round it on in. Maybe go a little faster if that works for you. Inhale, fingertips to the sky, inhale. Exhale, round and tap it on in. Good, this last time, just rise up halfway. Spin up to the ball of that left foot and wiggle your left toes back a few inches. Now go nice and slow as you just spring your way up. Warrior 3, keep the bound arms. Both knees stay a little bent. Think left inner thigh to the sky. Belly turned on, glutes turned on. Now bend into both knees a little deeper. Come up to standing, one leg Tadasana. Left knee hugs in. Take a moment. Find your drishti focal point in front of you. Flex through those left toes. And then wrap left leg on top of right. It's just a transitional pose. Sink down into your Garudasana. Bend into the knees. On the inhale, unravel everything. Warrior 3, arms and legs go straight. Good, you're gonna flow that twice more. It'll make sense when you go. Inhale, wrap it up, Garudasana. Left leg on top, left elbow under. Sink the butt down. Inhale, unravel, Warrior 3. Arms out to a T, kick that left leg back. Good, one more time. Gaze is focused, breath is steady. Wrap it up, Garudasana. Left leg over, left elbow under. Inhale, unravel, Virabhadrasana 3. Left heel kicks back. Keep that right knee bent. How soft can you land the left toes to the back of the mat? Good, arms to the sky, breath in. High crescent lunge. Exhale, back heel spins down, open up, Virabhadrasana B, Warrior 2. This is one of your first hip open poses, so take your time finding it. You want heel to arch alignment, deep bend into your front knee. I kind of like those back toes angled in a bit, back heel angled back. Good, and then belly's turned on. Once you find it, keep your gaze locked. I like it at that front middle finger. Good, now upper body stays the same, just straighten out through that front leg. You're gonna bump the hips towards the back and then reach as far forward as you can with those right fingertips. Once you can't reach anymore, you'll tick-tock the arms, one arm up, one arm down. You have blocks, it's nice underneath those bottom fingertips. If not, you can bring hand to shin. Just think all of your energies reaching up through those top fingertips. Always keep micro bends into the knees so they're not locked out, but keep your feet active. Good, now bring your top hand to your top hip. Look down, bend into your bottom knee, Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. Fingertips of that right hand can release down, maybe take a block with you. Always keep a tiny bend into that standing leg. Once you find that balance, option to reach top arm to the sky, maybe you keep it on the hip. Gaze has to be locked, belly has to be strong. Good, hang out for just one more breath in. On your exhale, you're gonna go nice and slow. Close it off. Left fingertips to the ground, Shiva squat. Left knee behind the right. On the inhale, reach your left toes to the sky. Now bend in deep to both knees. You're gonna kick that left leg through for a pistol squat. Tense your fingertips, kick the heels straight. These ones are hard, you're gonna flow twice more. Inhale, belly strong, standing splits. Left leg lifts you. Exhale, how slow can you round it in? Bring it back to that little pistol squat. You have 2 yoga blocks that are nice underneath the fingertips. Do one more. This time as you find that pistol squat, hold. Keep your gaze focused out in front of you. Fingertips can stay where they are, just grow up taller with the spine. Hug your knees together, maybe hands together through heart center. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Good, now nice and slow, just release the hips down. Keep the legs how they are. You're gonna come to a seat. Good, now just tent your fingertips behind you. Grow tall with the spine. Flex the left toes towards the face. You're going to reach your right arm to the sky. So option 1, just fold forward and bring your peace sign fingers to your left big toe. If you want to keep going, find a half bind in front of your right shin. with that right arm if you want to find fullest expression, full bind around that right hip. Now take a moment, grow up taller with the spine, find some length. Hug your low belly in as you start to melt forehead towards shin. So you might not fold that deep, that's fine. It's just feeling energy in the body. Can you grow taller with the spine? Heart melts in a little bit deeper with every exhale. Take 2 more slow and controlled breaths. Good, now tuck chin to chest as you roll yourself up to a seat. And then just take that right ankle, grab a hold of it, and bring it into like a forklift pose. So that left leg stays straight. You can forklift around the shin. Flex through those right toes, keep them active. Now really round through the upper spine. Now do the complete opposite. Sit up as tall as you can. This is the goal. You can stay here, maybe cradle that shin like a baby. Keep flexing those right toes and just shift it left and right. Like you're rocking the baby. Good, and then bring your right ankle onto that left thigh. And just scooch that left foot onto the mat so you're in like a figure 4. So tense your fingertips behind you. It doesn't matter how close you sit to that left heel. Just try to close off the space from chest to that right shin. Keep your right toes flexed and breathe into that outer right hip, wherever you feel it the most. Good, unravel the legs. Bring it to Navasana boat pose. Balance on your sit bones, shins go parallel to the ground. Grab a hold of the backs of the thighs and lift your heart up higher. So notice where the heels are in line with the knees. They're in that same plane. You can hang out here, maybe arms stretch all the way forward. Take an exhale. On the inhale, lower almost all the way down, hovering boat. Shoulders and heels are lifted. Open mouth, exhale, right back up to that same position. Heels in line with knees, so lift them up high. Take just a few more. Inhale to lower down. Maybe an open mouth as you rise back up. You can go fast or slow. Just take a few more with your own breath. Last 2. Last one, when you bring it up, you'll cross at the ankles. You can roll over the knees. If you have it in you, jump back, chaturanga, elbows already bent. Hang out in your upward facing dog. Stretch out through your belly muscles. Maybe look over that right shoulder. You can dip the left hip down. Then you can switch it out. And when you're ready, hips up to the sky, we'll find down dog, last side. Cleansing breath if you want, one big inhale. Let something go with the exhale. Good, toes together, left leg up and back, open up through that hip. Exhale, big hip circle, tap as high as you can to the shoulder. Hold there, bend into the elbows. Maybe you want a Kundanyasana, keep looking forward. Maybe right toes lift. Nice. Toes tap down, heel to the sky, 3-legged. Exhale, tap that knee across the body. Kick the legs straight as you open, right arm to the sky. The more forward you kick that foot, the easier it is to lift the hips. Think left hip's gonna lift as much as the right and open that right arm to the sky. Good, exhale, right palm to the mat. Tuck knee into the nose, round through the upper spine. Can you keep hugging it in closer? Use the belly to step it through from where you are. Warrior 1, last time, root that heel down, rise on up. Find your balance first, always take your time. Arms stretch out to a big T. Left elbow wraps on top of right, Garudasana through the arms. If that's too much, just give yourself a big hug, grab for the shoulders. Inhale, little back bend. Exhale, ride it all the way down. Really round through the upper spine and tap elbows to belly button, hug it in. Good, 2 more just as slow. Inhale to lift on up. Exhale to round it on in. Good, now lift up halfway. Spin up to the ball of that right foot and scooch those toes back a little bit. Fire up through the belly, look forward and spring your way up. Flying warrior, keep the bound arms. Keep breathing, activate your belly and squeeze through those glutes. Good, tap that right hip down a little bit more than you want. Good, now bend into the knees, one leg Tadasana. Right knee hugs into the chest, bring it in line with the hip. Flex through those toes first and find that focal point. Then wrap it up, right leg on top. Sink it back like you're sinking into a chair. Good, on the inhale, unravel. Arms stretch out to a T. Kick your right heel back. You're in warrior 3, flying warrior. Exhale wraps you up, Garudasana. Right leg on top, right elbow under. Good, 2 more times. Inhale, unravel. You can go a little faster. It makes it easier. Inhale, stretch. Kick out the heel. Exhale, you'll tuck, round, and curl. Right leg on top. Right elbow under and round. Good, last time. Extend, kick it out. Virabhadrasana 3. Reach through that right heel. Left knee stays bent. Can you land those toes to the back of the mat? Don't make a sound. High crescent lunge, arms to the sky, breath in. Exhale, back heel spins down, open up, Virabhadrasana B, warrior 2. So you want the feet to be pretty wide. They look good right now. Little bend into that front knee so that knee stacks right over the ankle. Belly's turned on, activate through those fingertips like there's one straight line of energy. Good, now keep that gaze where it is. Just straighten out through your left leg. Bump your hips back. Fire up through that belly as you lean it forward. Keep all that length in the side bodies, but right arm up, left arm down. Tick-tock the arms, Trikonasana. So keep rolling that right shoulder back. So you want to open up towards the sky. Gaze can be anywhere that feels good for you. Maybe up, maybe down. Good, right hand to right hip, left knee bends, Ardha Chandrasana. Look down, find that focal point as you spring up. Left hand to a block feels good if you have one. If not, just fingertips to the ground. Keep kicking energy out through that right leg. It'll keep it light. Maybe right arm open to the sky. Keep breathing wherever you are. Good, hang out, just one more breath in, peel it open. On your exhale, go slow as you round, right fingertips down, little Shiva squat, right knee behind left. Inhale, standing splits with your right toes to the sky. Exhale, pistol squat, round it in, kick that heel straight. Use 2 blocks if you have them. Keep going, twice more. Standing splits, toes up. Exhale to tuck, round and curl. Kick that leg straight. These are really fun. Do 1 more. This time you're going to hold that squat. Come onto a seat on the heel. Sit up as tall as you can. Squeeze the knees together. Maybe bring one or both hands to heart center. Challenge yourself. If you fall out, that's fine. That's how you find it. Good. Once you're over it, you can come onto a seat. Keep the legs how they are. Fingertips tent. Grow up tall with the spine. Flex the right toes back to the face. Left arm open to the sky. Good. And then start to just fold it on in. Maybe you grab for that right big toe. Maybe half, maybe full bind around that left hip. Keep both sit bones rooted as you grow up tall with the spine. Exhale, start to fold it on in. Forehead towards shin. Keep your right toes flexing back to the face. Keep breathing. slowly come back up. You're gonna wrap left ankle, or actually bring it up to that figure 4. So forearms around the shin. Right leg goes straight, sorry. And hang out here, maybe you cradle that shin, flex through those left toes and sit up as tall as you can. Take that round out of the spine. Maybe rock side to side. Good, and then start to bring it to that figure 4. So right foot slides in, left ankle onto right thigh. Just flex through the toes. Tent those fingertips behind you. Close off that space from chest to shin. Keep the left toes active. Deep breath into those hips. Where do you feel it the most? Sometimes you have to tell your body that it's okay to release. Good, and then slowly unravel the feet. Just press the feet down hip distance apart. Arms can stay where they are, fingertips face back or maybe forward, whichever works for you. Feet are hip distance, press into the heels, lift the hips up. You're in reverse tabletop. Hips lift up as high as they can go. Chin can stay tucked to chest, or you can look like kind of up to the sky, but don't go all the way back. Find a little bit of resistance there. Keep breathing. One more breath in, maybe hips lift up a little higher. On the exhale, go slow. You're just gonna bring it down onto a seat. Bring it into cross ankle. Make your way over the knees. You can bring yourself to tabletop. You have an optional vinyasa if you wanna take one. If not, just bring hips up and back to your down dog. Good, we'll kind of slow it down. Big toes together, right leg up and back. Open up through that hip. On the exhale, shift it forward, pigeon pose, shin to the top of the mat. So before you fold, set it up. So you want to flex through those right toes, keep that leg active. Notice the weight in the hip. So usually we drop it to the right. See if you can even out. I like to take a look back at that left foot. Sometimes the foot likes to sickle up off the ankle, so make sure it's going straight back in line. Once you feel somewhere that works for you, maybe you tent those fingertips, grow some length with the spine. If it feels good for you, you can fold it forward, maybe forehead to the mat. If the forehead doesn't touch the ground comfortably, you can always bring it up onto a block. Sometimes if you give the forearm something, or forehead something to rest on, it'll relax into it. 8 deep breaths here. Notice your breath. How deep can you breathe for the last 2? Good, now you're just gonna crawl fingertips back, bring them underneath the shoulders. Left toes tuck under, float your right leg to the sky. Option to do what you want. You can shake out the leg, you can kick the heel straight up. If you want to flip it to your wild thing, you can go really slow as you take it on over. You went into wild thing, start to come on back, heel to the sky. On the exhale, just step right foot all the way through. Shorten the stance this time, so it's like warrior 1 with the feet, and you hop that left foot in like halfway. So feet are heel to heel alignment, it's pyramid pose, back heels all the way rooted. Maybe scooch it in a little bit. Yes, now bring your right thumb to your right hip crease. Start to pull that hip back. Micro bend into both knees. On the inhale, find a flat back, so think crown forward. On the exhale, melt in as deep as you can. Deep breaths into that belly of that right hamstring. You can release right hand down. Maybe hands to blocks if you have them. A variation I like is crawling the fingertips all the way forward. It's kind of like an extended down dog. As far forward as you want, you get that deepest sensation. It's okay if you bend into the knees a bit, especially if you have tighter hamstrings. Your body will follow the breath. If you stop breathing, your body's going to tense up, so keep it active. Good, now bend back into that front knee, hands to the inside arch of that foot. Crawl your way on over for Prasarita. Good, find a flat back with your breath in, wide leg forward fold. Exhale, release, melt it in a little bit deeper. So option to hang out here through center. If you want to keep going, maybe you start bringing it into a tripod headstand. Option to grab a hold of the ankles if you just want to hold yourself in a little bit deeper. You're flying upside down, elbows hug in towards center, belly strong. Good, now just as slow as you went up, go legs wide. Can you hover the toes up off the mat when you're like 1 inch from the mat? Belly on. Good, flat back, breath in. Tent those fingertips. On the exhale, crawl your way back to the top of the mat. Both hands to the inside of that right foot. Back heel spins up. I like to scooch the left toes back 1 inch. Scooch that right leg or right foot over to the right, maybe 1 inch, and then soften left knee to the ground. Few breaths here in that lizard pose. You can stay up on the palms, maybe come down to the forearms if that's accessible to you. Try to keep that whole right foot rooted to the ground. Hug your knee towards the center. Allow the hips to sink towards the mat. Last few breaths. If you want to take it into quad stretch, come back up onto the hands, bend into that left knee, and reach right hand back for the top of the foot. You can play with the shift of energy, kicking foot into hand, opening the shoulder, maybe closing off that shoulder towards the ground, kind of bringing that foot closer to the left sit bone. Maybe play with that for another breath. Good, now nice and slow without rubber banding, just soften that foot back down. On the exhale, you're just going to straighten out through that right leg, shift the hips back, find a half split. Good, float in and out just twice more. Inhale, bend into that right knee. Think chest stays lifted, kind of tent those fingertips. Exhale, shift it back, maybe right toes to the sky. Good, one more time. Good, bend back into that right knee. Bring the hands to frame that foot, so hug it in towards the center maybe once or twice. Tuck your back toes under, float that knee up, and step it back to that pyramid pose one more time. Gotcha. Good. Now bring your hands to hips, elbows face up, belly's turned on. How slow can you rise on up to standing? Good. Once you get to the top, arms to the sky, you're gonna hop your way to one leg Tadasana. Hug the knees together, bend into that left knee. We're gonna bring it into dancer's pose. Hug the knees together, backstroke your left arm behind you, keep your right arm to the sky. Left hand grabs a hold of the inside arch of left foot. Take a moment, hug your knees to center. Make sure that left knee doesn't jet out to the left. Now the goal isn't to lean all the way forward. Goal is to keep the chest lifted and just kick into the hands. You don't have to fold it down that far. Keep kicking, keep breathing. Good. Once you want to release, no rush. Bring it on back. Tadasana, feet hip distance apart. Nice. Once you get there, close the eyes, bring hands together through heart center. Do a little scan of the body. Notice your energy all the way from the heels to the crown of the head. When you're ready, take a breath in. Maybe open up through the eyes. And out. Inhale, circle the arms out wide. Palms will touch above you. Breathe in. Exhale, forward fold. Melt it all the way down. Halfway lift. Breath in. Lengthen out. Exhale, palms down. Step yourself back. Top of a push-up. Again, nice and slow. Lower down to your belly. Left arm underneath you to the right. Stack it in that prayer twist. Again, both frontal hip points stay rooted to the mat. Stay here for just a breath cycle. And then full spinal twist. Hike that right knee up in line with the hip. Open the right arm all the way back. Have both shoulders rooted to the ground, even if that right knee's lifted up. You want to go a little deeper, maybe you turn the gaze over towards those right fingertips. This is typically where we like to lose the breath. Start thinking about whatever's going to happen in your day, thoughts of the past, some things that have already happened. Can you keep it on sensations in the body? Can you keep it on to your breath? Good. Now continue to keep rolling all the way onto the back. Scoot yourself to the left so you're centered on your mat. Bring it into a back bend of your choice. Restorative bridge if you have a block. Traditional bridge. We're going to do a second back bend. Maybe you want to do full wheel now. Wherever you are, 5 to 8 deep breaths. You can shimmy the shoulder blades closer together. Take some weight out of the neck. See if you can press down more through the heels. Let go of that tension in the glutes. So they're firm, but they're not working too hard. Maybe one more breath in. Hips might lift up 1 more inch. Unlace the fingertips. Untuck the shoulders. Reverse all the way from the back of the neck down to the hips. Feet go out wide to the edges of the mat and buckle your knees together. It's called broken bridge. Right hand to your belly, left hand to your heart. Taking some breaths into the palms. Really feel connected to yourself and your prana, that life force. After you do back bends like bridge pose, it's easier to feel that pulsating energy in the palm. Good. When you want to move again, bat your eyes open, hug your knees to chest, grab a hold of the backs of the thighs, rock and roll a few times from the shoulders to the hips. This will be your last vinyasa. If you want to take it, you can gain some momentum. Cross at the ankles, plant the palms, maybe you jump back, land with elbows bent in chaturanga. Last, upward facing dog. Bring it up and back, down dog. Good. Left leg up to the sky, bend into the knee and open. On the exhale, just take that shin all the way forward, half pigeon. And taking your time setting up. You get all the wiggles out now before you fold. Let's get a little bit deeper into the pose. Easy for us to come back to the chatter in the mind. If you focus in onto your breath and give it a count, it'll help you to stay here. So as you take a breath in, say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take that 3 more times. When you're feeling balanced, left to right, start to work the hands back. Tuck your right toes under, float your left leg to the sky. Again, doing whatever you did on that other side. So maybe you shake it out, maybe you just keep it stagnant, maybe you want to flip to that wild thing. Go nice and slow. Made your way to wild thing, start to flip it back. We'll all meet 3-leg down dog, left heel to the sky. Exhale, step it through. Pyramid pose, back heel kind of scooches up. Heel to heel alignment, right toes kind of angled out to a 45. Left thumb to left hip crease, square off the hips, pull that left hip back. Tiny bends into the knees, find your flat back, get some length. Exhale, melt it in to your depth. Hands on blocks are great here. You can tighten the fingertips. If it's too much, just bend into the knees a little bit deeper. Yeah, maybe you want to crawl those fingertips forward. It feels nice on the spine. Good, everyone bend back into the left knee. Both hands to the inside of the foot. Crawl your way on over, Prasarita. So heel toe the feet out a little bit wider. Your choice where you want to go. Maybe you grab onto the ankles as you find that flat back and pull yourself in. Peace sign fingers to big toes. Hands can go back behind you, arms straight. Maybe you reach back behind you. You want one last inversion. Maybe you try another tripod headstand. If you're hanging out folded forward, you always want micro bends into the knees, weight shifting forward to the balls of the feet. Get light into the heels. Inhale and exhale. Good, release what you have. Hands under the shoulders, flat back, inhale. Exhale, crawl your way back to the top of the mat. Other top. Hands to the inside of that foot. Scoot your right toes back. Soften your right knee to the ground. Again, where do you want to take it on this side? Maybe you stay up on the hands. Maybe down to the forearms. If you are spinning to the pinky toe side of that left foot, make sure to flex through the toes. Keep your knee protected. I like to close the eyes here. You can make it more about that sensation in the body. Where do you feel it the most? Imagine sending your breath there. Every exhale, hips just kind of settle down towards the mat a little bit deeper. Last few breaths. If you want to take it into quad stretch, bring it back onto the hands. Left arm reaches back for the top of your right foot. Maybe you want to play around with the energy shift, opening the shoulder, closing it off. Breathe into the front of that right thigh. Good, one more breath in, shoulder opens. Exhale without snapping it down, soften that right foot to the mat. Hands to the inside of that left foot. You can tent the fingertips, sink the hips down a little bit, low lunge. Exhale, you'll straighten out, half splits, hips back towards that right heel. Good, float in and out twice more. Inhale forward, knee bends, chest stays up. Exhale, shift it back, maybe left toes to the sky. Good, one more time. Good, bend back into that left knee, hands come to frame the foot. Right toes tuck under, float the knee up, step it up, pyramid pose. Square off through those hips, hands to hips, elbows to the sky. Turn on the belly, legs strong, rise on up. Good, from here you're just gonna spring it up. One leg Tadasana, just hug the knees together. Bend into that right knee, reach the arms to the sky. Keep that right leg swinging back. Reach the right hand for the inside arch of right foot. Good, now hug the knees together to center. Micro bend into that left knee and find your dancers. When this shape no longer serves you, Tadasana mountain pose. Feet hip distance, eyes softly closed, hands to heart. Take a deep breath in through the nose, maybe an open mouth. Good, bat your eyes open. Inhale, reach it on up to the sky. Maybe you look up. On the exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Ardha Uttanasana, breath in, lengthen. Exhale, hands down, step it back to plank. Last time, as slow as you can, lower to your belly. Right arm underneath you to the left, prayer twist. Palms press. The more pressure you press down, the more it'll spin that heart open. Then full spinal twist, left knee hikes up, open up, tee the arms. Root that left shoulder down even if that top knee is lifted. Gaze can be straight up, but close the eyes. Maybe you turn the head to the left. Now keep on rolling to your back. You're going to scoot yourself to the right so you're centered on your mat. Arms come down the sides. Arms go straight this time. Now start to bring your hands underneath your hips. So palms are down to the ground. Thumbs touch each other. Legs are straight. Hug your elbows in towards the center. Kind of prop yourself up like you do in bridge pose. Squeeze the shoulder blades together and then lift heart to the sky, fish pose. You can point through the toes. Crown of the head might touch the ground, but think lift, lift, lift from the heart. Good, deep breaths. When you need to release, you can take your time to do so. Come on to your back, bend into the knees, bring the knees into the chest. One hand to each kneecap. Draw some circles up in the sky. You can go in both directions. Even yourself out. Good, and then hug yourself. Wrap the forearms around the shins. Tap your eyes to touch the knees. Now flex through all the muscles you have. Fingertips, face, toes, squeeze it all in. Take a deep breath in. Open mouth, relax to Shavasana. Now take your time finding that perfect spot. Palms can face up to the sky. And squeeze the shoulder blades a little closer together. Get that propping up of the heart. Tiny tuck of chin to chest. And wiggle the jaw from left to right. And allow yourself to just completely surrender. Feel free to stay in your Shavasana for as long as you'd like. When you're ready to reawaken, you'll just bring some small movements back in. Deepen your breath. Arms will stretch up overhead. Reach out through your fingertips and through your toes. That biggest stretch of class yet. Knees will hug into your chest. Roll over to either side in fetal. Using your bottom arm like a little pillow. Allow yourself one last moment, just silence and stillness. Press yourself up to a comfortable seat. Eyes will stay softly closed. Feel yourself grow up nice and tall. Crown reaches up. Shoulders relax out of the ears. Just taking a moment, just really observe. Coming back to that yoga practice helps you to shed off extra layers that you don't need. Memories, emotions, any kind of negativity just kind of releases. When you create that space in the physical body, create less chatter in the mind, you're just more open to what's going on around you. just more open to new experiences, just more receiving of that energy around you. You'll just bring hands together through your heart center. Bow your chin to chest, giving thanks to yourself for choosing to come to your mat today. Giving thanks for this lifelong practice. From my heart to yours, namaste.